So the 6 foot thing is kind of really weird. I'm reading something right here. So you got to get kind of creative with it, especially in transportation. I don't know how those guys are going to do it. People that, let's say, are delivering important medical supplies, let's say, or something like that. And let's say they may have to get an ID to make sure that that medical supply is dropped off in a legal way. So here's one way that you want to do it is, first you want to let them know that you're practicing 6 foot, meaning they're going to stay 6 feet from you and you're going to stay six feet away from them. But let's say you have to scan the ID. Well, you can have them lay the ID down upside down and then have them stand 6 feet back. Then you can scan the ID. You don't even have to touch the ID. Leave the appropriate package where it needs to be next to the ID, and then walk away 6 feet away. So you're keeping your 6 feet from them by asking them to step back 6 feet. Lay their ID down. You scan the ID, because usually you have to scan a certain part of the ID, and you still can do it without even getting close. It took me a few tries to figure that out. I would say a few tries, and then I realized that that is a safe way to keep your 6 feet distance and still get important information like identification and things like that, because that's going to cause people to get closer than 6 feet. Identification checks will cause you to get closer than 6 feet unless you just ask them to set the ID down. That way you can still keep that 6 feet distance. So that's an example of how to be creative with this 6 feet rule. I'm probably going to post this on 6 feet rule and then maybe like be creative, or I'll just do 6 feet rule, whatever. So there's always a way to make sure a proper drop off is done, even important supplies, without having to be up and close to them. And this is an important post because people are going to be like, well, I had to break the rule. I had to get up close to them. And there's always a way. You just have to be creative with how you do the drop. A lot of people are practicing it right now. A lot of people are doing it right now. And I think it's a brilliant way, because gloves and masks are important, but it's hard if you're at a distance, especially if you're behind a window or if you're behind a door. It's very hard to spread it if you're behind a door or a window, or if you're 6 feet or 10 feet or even 15 feet away from the person. And on most all drops, you have the option to do that on any type of package drop or anything. Even if it requires a signature, you can just have them lay. You can have them. You can even lay your device down, like if it's a tablet or something, and they have to get it. You have to get a signature. Then you can clean the screen and things like that. So there's a lot of different ways that you can avoid a person within 6 feet to do a drop.